will give by the our speaker. Lastly, I will share the link of the your registration. By that you will get a e-certificate, and I will give a small vote of thanks. So this is our today's schedule.
हे माँ तू ही शारदे, 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 तू परत्परा त्रिगुणधारिणी, परत्परा त्रिगुणधारिणी। हे माँ तू ही शारदे, हे माँ तू ही शारदे, हे माँ तू ही शारदे।
Now I will request Dr. Shivani Dubey, madam, to brief the our speaker. Please, Shivani Dubey, madam.
Thank you, Dubey sir. And I'm really privileged to give the introduction of our eminent speaker, Dr. Manju Sanghi, Professor and Head, Department of Applied Mathematics from Rungta College of Engineering and Technology. She has over 20 years of academic experience, and she is currently heading the Department of Mathematics and also first year department in charge at Rungta College. And she has completed her doctorate from Pandit Ravi Shankar Shukla University, Raipur, Chhattisgarh, in the field of cryptography under the guidance of Dr. H.K. Pathak, and has multiple research papers published in reputed national and international journals. She has presented several papers in various conferences. Her research interests include cryptography, network security, and digital signatures. 3 candidates are currently pursuing their PhD under her guidance. Recently, she has also published a book on engineering mathematics. So we are very proud and privileged to have Dr. Manju Sanghi amongst us. Now I would like to request Dr. Manju Sanghi to take over the session ahead, and please start the session. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, Dr. Shivani Dubey, madam, to give the nice briefing of the Dr. Manju Sanghi. Now I will request Dr. Manju Sanghi, madam, to present his presentation. So very first I have to make her host. So I will first make host, and then he will share his PPT. Manju Sanghi, madam, I am now making you the host.
Yes, sir.
Okay, madam. Now, please accept.
So good morning, one and all. Hope I am audible.
Yes, madam. Yes, madam.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm Dr. Manju Sanghi, currently working as professor at Rungta College of Engineering and Technology, Bhilai. So thank you, Shivani ma'am, for the. So I'd also like to thank IIRO team, Industry Institute Interaction Research Organization, for providing me a platform to share my views on importance of science. So I think my PPT is visible to everyone.
Yes, ma'am. It's visible.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, ma'am. We are aware. We are all aware that science is a very vast field, and no doubt science can do wonders. I'm a professor of mathematics, which is the important part of science. So though I have been teaching mathematics for nearly more than 20 years, still I feel that there are lots of things yet to be known. During this pandemic time, each one of us has noticed the importance of science. Today, I think even a tiny kid is aware of the words virus and vaccine. We people are eagerly waiting for the scientists, for the doctors to come up with some vaccine or some cure for this COVID-19 so that probably we can lead a normal life. So why can't we one among them, why can't we take up science? According to our education policy, the students study compulsory subjects up to their class 10th standard, around the age of around 15 to 16 years. And then they have to select a stream for their future studies. Stream from among the combination of science, commerce, or arts. Now, while selecting the stream, we students, we have a common belief that science as a subject is very hard to study. Arts and commerce, they have nothing to do with science or understanding and are comparatively very easy. In spite of this, many of us take science not because we are interested, but probably because our parents want us to be engineers or doctors, or mainly because our friends are doing so, because we Indians, we have the habit of working in crowds. Even I, when I was in class, I was not aware of any importance of these subjects. What is the importance of science or arts or commerce, or the scope of these subjects in my career field? I took up mathematics because science streams, we had only two combinations, either combination of physics and chemistry with mathematics or the combination of physics and chemistry with biology. So I took up mathematics because one of my best friends opted for that. And so because of her, I have taken mathematics as my stream, as the career option. So today, I am happy to be a mathematician. I am proud to be a mathematician. But this is not the case with everyone. So why so? So let us first discuss what is the importance of the science, and then we'll come up to this. Whenever we hear the word science, a number of images comes to our mind. Maybe the image of a space rocket, the image of different great scientists, scribblings of Einstein on some board, or the chemistry labs, white lab coats, many more images. Now, these images reflect some aspects of science, but none of them provide us with a clear picture because science has many faces. So what this science is all about? If we go for understanding science, science is actually observing the world by watching and listening to different activities, by observing the things. So it's basically our curiosity to know about the world in which we live, to know how the world behaves.
Manju madam, I'm just interrupting
Yes,
because
sir.
you are host. So if
Yes,
you
sir.
will get some participant in the waiting, please allow them.
Okay, participants.
अगर आते हैं मैडम तो प्लीज आप कर दीजिएगा.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sure.
Okay, please,
Okay,
please continue.
Okay, sir. So we are talking about science is actually our curiosity to know about the world in which we live, the way how the things behave in this world. Now, if we come to understand the literal meaning of science, it's derived from the Latin word scientia, which means knowledge. And to understand it more clearly, we can say it's a systematic knowledge, knowledge gained in a systematic manner. Now, various authors have defined science in their own way. Like according to one of them, according to Wilson, science is nothing but observation, identification, description, experimental investigation, and theoretical explanation of natural phenomena. According to others, it's simply a way of thinking rather than simply a body of knowledge. So that means science is not simply the knowledge which we gain, but it's actually the way how we think, the way we learn. The way of thinking is indeed a science. The way of thinking gained through observation or through experimentation is indeed a science. Now, what do we mean by the systematic knowledge? Or rather to say, by the scientific method. Now, suppose you are an entrepreneur and would like to start up with some new business. So you simply cannot get up one fine morning and say, yes, I'm today going to start with this business and I'm going to launch this product. No. For this, first you have to do a systematic study, do scientific study. First, you will have to identify the problem, identify the product, identify the project on which you would like to start up with your startup. Like suppose if you would like to make a bulb which can glow forever, we know it's not possible today, but maybe you can. So based on your ideas, you will define a problem, identify the product, and then do the market study. Based on the survey, based on the investigation, you will make some rules, some policies, some hypothesis, plan out, go to the market, find out what is the need of the students, how many people are accepting this idea. Now, if 1 out of 100 accepts, so that means we cannot go through this stream. But if suppose 99 out of 100 customers, 100 people like the idea, then definitely you can take up this idea as for your startup. So plan the experiment, collect the data, then based on this analysis, you will predict some future prospects, predict the output which you are going to achieve, predict the sales market. Based on this critical analysis, based on the data collected, we draw some conclusions. And then we finalize the product. Yes, this is the product. And with this, I can go with my startup. And then we start with our business. So here, though we are not doing any experiment, but still we are learning by observation. We are framing our own policies, our own laws. Then based on the data collected, we are analyzing the things. And then based on this critical analysis, we are reaching to some conclusion. So this indeed is science. So that means science is not restricted to the experiments done in labs, like the physics lab or the chemistry lab. But whatever we learn in this nature, whatever we learn in this universe, through a proper way, this entirely comes under science. Now, if we come to the detailed study of science, so science has majorly 3 branches: social sciences, formal sciences, and natural sciences. So according to our education policy, the sciences under social sciences and formal sciences they are categorized under arts and commerce stream, and the natural sciences are categorized under science stream. So let us see these branches very quickly. So starting with social sciences. So social sciences is a branch of science which mainly deals with the study of society, the humans living in the society, their behavior, the relations, the culture of the society. Like for example, we have anthropology. Anthropology, we know it's the study about the human society living in the past as well as in the present. Archaeology, we say, again, it's a subfield of anthropology, but which is based on the studies only in the past. We have heard about archaeologists who try to calculate the life of the humans by collecting the human remains and the artifacts. So similarly, we have business administration, communication, the most important, which involves communicating our messages, our ideas, our information through different communication channels. Criminology, related with entire legal or illegal aspects of the society. So similarly, we have a number of branches like education, linguistics, international relations, or psychology, geography, history. So all these branches comes under social sciences. Then coming to the next category, formal sciences. So formal sciences actually deals with rules, formulas, definitions. Like if we look at an example like logic. Logic, we know it's the analysis of the hypothesis. Today, logics has a great demand, be it in the field of the computer programming or the entire IT industry is based on the knowledge of logics. Mathematics. Mathematics, again, it's simply the field of numbers, but again, it is based on logics. So similarly, we have theoretical computer science or the decision theory, which we also call it as operation research, which is mainly used in managerial purposes for making correct decisions. Statistics, the great need of today. The statistics is entirely used in data analysis today, which has a great demand. So all these categories comes under formal sciences. And then comes the third category, which is the natural sciences according to our education policy. So the sciences and the natural sciences comes under the science stream. So natural sciences is actually the study of the nature, the study of the natural things or the natural resources, maybe the mountains or the rivers or everything which lies in the nature. The study of the nature comes under the science stream. So to understand the science, we have to study about the nature itself. We have to study about the world where we live, the different things which comes in this nature. So again, this natural sciences are classified as pure and applied sciences. By pure science, we need the theoretical concepts related with any subject. Now, this theory, which is mainly used for the purpose of knowledge and which is again used for the sake of research. So using this theoretical knowledge, using this pure sciences, we can go in the field of research. We can become scientists, like we deal with pure maths or pure physics, pure science, pure chemistry. So pure sciences is mainly considered with the theoretical knowledge of any subject. Now again, pure sciences, in pure sciences, we have life sciences, which is also called as the biological science, which is study of the living things, maybe the human beings or animals or plants or any tiny creature in this universe. So this biological science is the most important part for the medical field. For the students with combination of physics and chemistry with biological science, they take up this biological science so that they can enter the field of medical, the doctors who are considered equivalent to gods. And then comes the physical science, the study of the non-living things. So in biological science, again, Based on the concepts, we have different branches like zoology, the study of animals, or the botany, the study of plants, physiology, dealing with humans itself, and similarly we have cytology, genetics, taxonomy, and then we have a number of combinations like biochemistry or the biophysics. Now all these overlapping sciences have evolved with time. Previously, we had only chemistry as an important branch or biology as an important branch. But slowly, we recognized that to understand the chemistry of our body itself, we need the knowledge of biology as well. So we got the combination of biochemistry, similarly biophysics. So according to the needs of human beings, according to the needs of our society, we have emerged a lot of overlapping sciences. Physicians, Freud and as you can see, director, aquatic ecologists. So depending upon our needs, depending upon the human needs, a number of overlapping sciences have emerged slowly. Then we have the physical sciences. Now, physical sciences again is a combination of physics, chemistry, earth sciences, and again overlapping sciences, or the combination of these different branches. So in our subsequent slides, we'll go to these topics in detail. So apart from pure science, we have applied science. So applied science, wherein the knowledge of pure science is applied in finding the solutions of practical problems, which is called as technology. Like we are searching for the solution of COVID-19, the solution of vaccine to cure this COVID-19. So we will be applying the knowledge of all the sciences in finding a solution to this practical problem, which comes under technology. So applied sciences, wherein the knowledge of the entire theoretical science, the entire pure science, which can be applied to all the existing problems of nature. So this comes under the category of applied sciences. And then last comes the mathematical sciences, which is the most important part of science, which is the driving force for all the sciences. Maybe it's the physics or chemistry from the natural sciences or economics or medicine, whatever the fields may be, no science can run without the knowledge of mathematics. Though mathematics is considered as an abstract science, but no field, believe me, even healthcare industry today, as we are moving towards e-healthcare, the knowledge of mathematics is required even for the healthcare industry. So mathematical sciences is the driving force for all the sciences. So according to our education policy, so for the students selecting science stream, so they have two combinations, combination of physics and chemistry with mathematics, so that they can enter the technical field or the engineering field, and the combination of physics and chemistry with biology, so that they can enter the medical field. So first, let us see the importance of each of these subjects. Now, physics being the most important part of science, the most important branch of science, it is called as the mother of all sciences. If we come to its literal meaning, it is derived from a Greek word which means nature. So physics is nothing but study about the nature, study about the natural things, study about the things, study about the laws and the properties of the matter and the forces which act upon them. The knowledge of physics helps us to think. The knowledge of physics, it helps us to understand the things. So unless we understand the concepts of physics, unless we understand how the natural things are behaving, we cannot imagine of our life. Like if we see the importance of physics in our day-to-day life, We have everyone heard about the basic concepts of physics, maybe sound, heat, light. And if we come to sound, we know today we wake up early in the morning with the sound of an alarm clock. But how does this sound come? What are the things which create sound? So this origin of sound and its propagation is studied by the concept of physics. So physics has helped us understanding the concept of physics, understanding the concept of sound, and then we have succeeded in making alarm clocks. So today, which we use in our daily life, though it seems to be a very simple idea, but yes, it's mainly based on the concept of sound. Alarm clocks generates a sound today. We use hot waters for bathing. How do we get this hot water? By increasing its temperature. So we have understood that by increasing the temperature, we can generate heat. Every one of us have seen apples falling on the ground, or air balloons fly high up in the sky. Again, how this is possible? Due to gravity or the gravitational force, which was founded by Sir Isaac Newton. Like sensation due to electric signals. Now we human beings, we have different sense organs. We can see, we can listen, we can feel. Now how all these sensations are possible? Again, due to sensations, due to the signals passed from our nervous system. So to understand the daily activities, we need to first understand the concept of physics. And then by understanding these concepts, we use these concepts to make the things which help us in making our life easier. Now today we can see the flying of planes, the formation of soap bubbles. Soap bubbles we have seen how they are formed. They always take elliptical shape, or the running of trains, construction of bridges. We have all seen formation of rainbows in the sky. Even tiny kids are excited to see the rainbows after the rains. So we know how these rainbows are formed. Again, this is the property of light due to the splitting of light in different colors. So physics has helped us understand. The knowledge of physics helps us in understanding the basic concepts of whether it is the sound or the heat or the light, and then according to our needs, according to the needs of the society, we apply these concepts in making different innovations, in making our things which makes our life easier. That's why we cannot think of our lives, we cannot think of our day-to-day activities without physics. We have made so many, by using the concept of physics, so many innovations are made. We cannot think of these things without physics, like the space rockets or the light bulbs or digital cameras. So these are only to name a few: fiber optics, DVD players, computers. All these things have made our life easier. But how were these things made? Only by understanding the concepts. So physics has made us understand these concepts, which we have utilized in making those things, in making those innovations, which have helped us in providing different facilities in our lives. So based on the concepts, we have different branches of physics, like mechanics, which deals with the different physical things under the action of different forces, or electricity, magnetism, solid state physics, solid state conversion from one, which studies about the properties of solids, nuclear physics, which studies about the different forces, the action of the forces acting in a cell. Like we know that we can use nuclear energy to generate different types of energies which can be applied to our use in our real life. But again, this nuclear physics helps us to understand the creation of nuclear bombs as well. So that means we can use the same concept for making our lives easier. We can also use the same concept for destruction purpose as well. The nuclear energy can be used for making nuclear bombs, as well as it can be used to generate energies. So similarly, we have biophysics, combination of biology with physics or astrophysics. So this makes us realize how important the concepts of physics are. So everyone needs to understand. Maybe he's a simple layman, but he needs to understand the concepts of physics so that he can understand his own life, he can understand his own surroundings, he can understand his own society. And coming to chemistry, chemistry is again an important branch of science. The chemistry has taught us that every object is made up of matter, which is again composed of different cells, which are again composed of atoms and molecules. So chemistry teaches us the art of transformation from one state to another. Like we can convert water into ice by freezing it, or water can also be converted in the form of evaporation. So the knowledge of chemistry helps us understanding the transformation of bodies from one state to another. We humans, we are all chemists. Our body is a composition of different chemicals. If we see in our daily lives how chemistry is important. When we start our day, we think of brushing our teeth. We need toothpaste. We have different brands of pastes in the market. But again, paste is a composition of different chemicals. The food we consume, whether it is carbohydrate or proteins or minerals, digestion, everyone has studied about our digestive system. The food we eat is digested by the chemicals or the enzymes secreted by our body. Respiration, detergents and soaps, which we use for washing. Textiles, the different fabrics, whether it is cotton or nylon or polyester. The medicines which we use for curing our diseases. So chemistry has helped us in identifying the different chemicals, in identifying the composition of different chemicals. As a result, it has helped us in making these numerous quantities, which has helped us leading our day-to-day activities. We cannot think of understanding our own cells without chemistry. To understand our own body, we need the concept of chemistry. So maybe a rickshaw puller or a great scientist or an astronomer or simple housewife, everyone has to understand the basic concepts of chemistry. Everyone has to understand the basic concepts of physics to understand our own body, to understand our own surroundings. So we know the different branches of chemistry: organic chemistry, which deals about the carbon compounds, or the inorganic chemistry, analytical, physical, not restricted to this. So these are only the main branches. Again, according to our needs, we have created a number of wide varieties of branches, like the forensics, the photochemistry or the green chemistry related with the environment for the protection of our environment. Then coming to biology. Biology, the most important branch of science for the medical field, for the healthcare industry. So biology deals with the study of life, the study of living things. So without the knowledge of biology, we cannot understand our own human body. It helps us understanding the human body. It helps us understanding how to cure the diseases faced by our body. It helps us understanding saving the endangered species which are going to get extinct. Better management of the environmental problems. So the knowledge of biology, you can think with these, how important the knowledge of biology is. To understand our own body, we need the knowledge of biology. We had only the medical field or the option of doctor as the career for the students related with biology. But today, with the development of technology, apart from doctors, nurses, and dentists, we have a number of wide scope, physiotherapists, Again, they are doctors, but they cure diseases with some physical methods like using exercises or massages. Biotechnologists, forensic scientists. We have heard about forensic reports whenever we see serials based on crime. Savdhan India or the Crime Patrol. We have heard the word forensic reports. Yes, forensic scientists. These are persons specialists in dead bodies. Actually, these persons, they work under government agencies or the lawmakers in finding the criminals, horticulturalists. Sorry. Yes, pardon me, give me a minute. Yes, we were in the career options related with biology. So with the development of technologies, we have emerged with wide varieties of careers in the field of biology. So students who opt for biology need not be restricted to doctors or nurses. We have a wide range of career opportunities for the students related with biology. Horticulturalists. So these are the persons who use their creativity in developing beautiful gardens and parks. Now, these persons, they also act as consultants to farmers. So we have a wide scope even in the field of biology apart from doctors and nurses. So this shows us how important the field of biology is. Now coming to mathematics. When we heard mathematics, we have some common views. In general, I think every student has a view that mathematics is hard. It's boring because it's an abstract science. It's an abstract thing which we cannot see. So we feel that it's boring. It has nothing to do with real life. And all mathematicians are difficult to understand. They are like Greek and Latin. But believe me, maths is as important as life. Each one of us, we start learning mathematics when we start counting the stars, when we start counting our fingers. We cannot think of our life without mathematics. If we go to purchase anything, we need the knowledge of maths. So maybe he's a physician, he's a doctor, he's an entrepreneur, he's an economist. Everyone needs the knowledge of mathematics. Though mathematics comes under the category of formal sciences, but mathematics is considered both as a science as well as an arts. So it is called as queen of all sciences and king of arts. It's the universal language, the language which is accepted worldwide. We do not have different words. We do not have different numbers in America or different numbers in India. We have the same language to represent numbers. We have the same language for mathematics. Mathematics is the science of fun. It's the science of logic. Mathematics is that science which can take you beyond the real world. So as you can see, it teaches us time management. It teaches us exercise of the brain. So we have different branches of mathematics. Arithmetic, which deals with the study of numbers, number theory, the most important branch which is applied today in the complete field of encoding and decoding, in cryptography, in digital signatures. The entire field of number theory is applied. Algebra, it simply deals with variables and constants. Algebra helps us in solving the equations. It has its own importance. Geometry, we have all studied tracing of triangles, tracing of parallelograms. But is this geometry really useful in our practical life? Trigonometry, the science of the triangles, in particular the right-angled triangles. Calculus. Calculus can be defined as the most important branch of mathematics. Wherever there exists a relation between two things, there comes the need of calculus. Mensuration. We have all learned about mensuration. finding the areas of different surfaces, finding the volumes of 3D figures, statistics being the most emerging branch of today. In the entire, we people today are working on big data. Data analysis is the new emerging field. So data analysis is completely based on the knowledge of statistics. So everyone studies mathematics up to class 10th, but how many of us really know that mathematics can, yes, be applied in real life as well? There are many concepts of real life which cannot be run without mathematics. We all have visited temples and mosques. We have seen the symmetrical shapes of the domes. But how many of us know that the architects, for construction of these curved structures, they need the knowledge of calculus? Electrical engineers, for laying the cable networks, again, they need the knowledge of calculus. Or the biologists, for studying the rate of growth in microbes. So calculus is such a vast field. So it has innumerous applications in practical life, in practical solutions. Similarly, algebra, the study of genes and DNA can be clearly understood by employing the concept of algebra, by using the concept of X and Y chromosomes. The economists, in studying the concept of supply and demand rate, or in designing of computer games, we use the knowledge of algebra. We have all heard about robots. Robots are being used today to a large extent. Even during this pandemic time, in many countries, we have seen robots serving food to the persons kept in quarantine. But really, do we know that the construction of robots, they use the concept of matrices, matrix, which is simple, a representation of numbers. But yes, robots are constructed based on the types of matrices, based on the orthogonal matrices. Trigonometry, we all have studied about trigonometry. Many of us have simply learned sine theta, cos theta, tan theta, different angles without understanding the concept. All these angles are used wherever we have inclinations, for construction of marine ramps, for knowing the depth of the things under the water. We use the knowledge of trigonometry. So all these concepts help us in understanding the concepts, in understanding the basic concepts of mathematics. Now, whitewashing the house. Now, suppose we are required to get a house whitewashed. We simply call the painter. And by looking at the size of the room, he tells us, yes, you require this much liters of paint, or you require so many tiles to get your flooring done. Though he might not have heard the concept of mensuration, but for this concept, he is using the knowledge which is gained from the concept. He might not have heard about the word, but yes, he uses the knowledge of mensuration for getting our houses whitewashed. Likelihood of happening of an event, any event which is performed, like we play the game of dice. You think, what is the probability that I get 6? Everyone wants to get the number 6. So what is the probability that I get 6? Or when we play the game of cards, what is the probability that I get a king or a queen? So probability has a wide application in all our practical problems. Data analysis today, the entire world is based on moving towards data analysis and data study of big data. So entire data analysis is based on the concept of statistics. So this realizes that though we feel that we do not need the use of mathematics, but yes, every concept of mathematics is being used in every field, whether it is physics, whether it is chemistry, even today healthcare industries, because we are moving towards e-healthcare. Again, they use the concept of mathematics, they use the concept of computer science. So we have seen how important the concept of science are. We cannot imagine our lives without science. Maybe the concept of physics or the concept of chemistry. So all these concepts help us understanding our day-to-day activities. We cannot move an inch without science. So everyone should have the basic knowledge of science so that we can help the curious minds of our kids right in the early age by answering to their queries, by answering to their problems. We can probably help them thinking far away, motivate them to understand this nature, motivate them to understand the surroundings. So now coming to the application of science in technical and non-technical fields. We are all aware of science, how it's applied in technical field, but can science be applied to the fields which is not related with technology? Can it be applied to non-technical fields? Like art, music and literature, we think it has nothing to do with science. We have all heard about Leonardo da Vinci, his famous paintings, Mona Lisa and The Last Supper, if you remember. We all know that he was a great scientist, but how many of us know that he was a physicist? Yes, he was the one who found the wave theory of light. He used his concept of physics in his creativity. We know that Einstein was a great scientist, but he was an accomplished violinist too. Many authors, they use illusions of physics in their works. William Faulkner, he used the symbol of time dilation in his book, The Sound and the Fury. One of the authors, he used the metaphors of science, metaphors of physics in their work. Now, science is not restricted to Indian. Even the data from the American Institute shows that the students who take physics as their major subject, they are among the highest MCAT scores, MCAT, which is for pursuing the MBA degree, or the highest LSAT scores for pursuing law. So if we are good at physics, we are good at all the things. Physics teaches us how to understand different things, whatever may be the field. Ancient sculptures and cultural heritage. We know our cultural heritage is degrading day by day. What are the reasons for degradation? The negative effects, protecting the artifacts and alleviating the negative effects of such factors. So this is the critical task for the people with the knowledge of chemistry, finding out the reasons, those chemicals which are leading to the degradation of our cultural heritage. Interior and fashion designing. These persons, these designers, they use their creativity to transform commercial and residential building spaces in innovative ways, using LED lighting, like suppose. So again, this is the concept which we have gained from the concept of electronics. The concepts of electronics have taught us how to create things, and then we have used that knowledge in creating the things which we can use for designing our houses, for designing our buildings, maybe the LED lighting or the moisture resistant vinyl flooring, those floorings which keep us safe and hygienic, or the durable furnitures, comfortable and durable furnitures. The textile industry, for the textile industry, we need the knowledge of fabrics, weaving, printing, dyeing, pattern making, all needs the knowledge of chemistry. So only after understanding the knowledge of all these things from the basic subjects of sciences, we can make a number of wonderful things that makes our life beautiful, that makes our life easy, that makes our day-to-day activities easy. Now in technical fields, we are all aware that science is used to a large extent in every technical field. Engineering, whatever the branch may be, whether it is mechanical or civil engineers, while constructing the bridges, they have to remember the concept of physics. You must have heard the concept of resonance. The soldiers are asked not to march while crossing the bridges. Otherwise, the bridges may collapse. if the frequency of their marching matches with the frequency of the bridges. So that means even the civil engineers, they need to keep in their minds the concepts of physics while construction of multi-storied buildings, while construction of bridges, electrical and electronics. Electronics have given us a number of wonderful things in our lives. Architecture, agricultural and mining industry, food technology, hospital management, healthcare industry. So concepts of physics, concepts of science are used in a number of technical fields. Now the concept of science with the combination of physics and chemistry with mathematics. So previously we had very few options, engineering being the most important one. But now with the development of technology, various number of new fields have emerged, like artificial intelligence and machine learning. This is not only an innovative field, but artificial intelligence and machine learning, today they are being applied in every field. Like you must have heard about chatbots. Whenever we try to open the website of, say, a bank for opening an account, or the website of an institution for searching for colleges, or maybe for shopping, we get a pop-up asking for how may I help you. We have heard about the Siri chat bot. We have heard about the Alexa from the Amazon, Siri from the Apple. So these chat bots have emerged with the application of the knowledge of artificial intelligence. So artificial intelligence is the most valued branch emerging today. Data analysis, data science, if we come to data science. So today, for every organization, the data is the most important thing. So data science completely involves the knowledge of statistics, blockchain developers. So blockchain again are nothing but the arrangement of data in terms of blocks. And then they are organized by using the knowledge of cryptography. With the awareness of knowledge in terms of cryptocurrencies, the need for blockchain developers are increasing. Software designing. If we have creativity among us, then software designing is the field which we can use our creativity in designing new apps for persons, individuals, as well as for organizations, space tech, forensic pathologists, or technical writers. So these are only to name a few, but we have, according to the need of the humans, we have emerged a number of new career options for the students who would like to go for the science stream. So we have seen that we have so many branches, so many career options, but in spite of the importance of science, we have seen that the interest of students towards science is gradually decreasing. Whatever stream we take, whether it is science or arts or commerce, what is the need of taking a stream? Why do we need to study? Why do we need to learn? Why do we need to gain education? What is the sole purpose of education? Education is that powerful weapon which can be used to change the entire world. Education is preparing a person to face everyday life. It is to help the individual meet all the challenges of life. It's to make minds, not careers. But now, according to our educational policies, We people are simply running behind the degrees, not for gaining knowledge. We are studying, we are learning only to get degrees, only to have degrees, not for gaining knowledge. So the knowledge of the education is that field which should help us, which should help an individual to face the challenges of life. So we as parents, we as teachers, we need to motivate our child, whatever stream they take, maybe the physics or the chemistry, the science or the arts. They should learn for learning, not for gaining degrees. We should motivate our students. We should develop our students so that they can meet the challenges of life, so that they can accept the failures of life, accept the failures of life as motivation for future prospects. We see that choosing the right stream is the most important factor for any student for his career development. So actually, during class 12th, after 10th, when we choose the stream, the students have really any knowledge. They are not aware that it is the initial or the most important stage of deciding their career options. They simply make the decision of the streams in a puzzled and ambiguous mind, leading to some wrong decisions. We find many students start hating their subjects after some time, or dropping the subjects midway, or they become frustrated for having the decisions made. The decision which once they have made, maybe under pressure or under the parental pressure due to lack of awareness, which has become a burden for their life. So choosing the right stream is the most important factor. Now, a number of factors can help the students in choosing the right stream. The foremost being the self-awareness. Yes, every student should aware himself, should explore himself, should explore his interests, his creativity, his mental ability, his dreams. For this purpose, he can take the help of knowledgeable persons. He can take the help of parents, his teachers. Even today, we have counselors who can help us in career guiding, because choosing the right stream is choosing the right career. Parents again play a very important role in deciding the future of students. Like airplanes are guided by the lighthouses when they lose their way, similarly, parents can act as lighthouses or guiding lights for their children. The parents need to explore their children right at an early age, know about the interests of the students, know about the ability of the students. However, the parents should never impose their decisions on their children for deciding the career options. They should rather motivate the students to develop in the fields of their own dreams. Teachers can act as navigators, teachers and the educational institute. They should find out the level of understanding of the students at an early age. Make the students aware of the different branches, the different career options, the importance of each subject, so that the student can have a real understanding of the subject, the real understanding of the career option which he is going to select, so that he can become a really knowledgeable person and he can apply the knowledge gain in true sense in making his life happier. We all know the different levels of Bloom's taxonomy, the 6 different levels, remembering the concepts being the lowest level, and creating new things using the knowledge gain being at the topmost level. So according to our educational policy, according to our examination systems, we are simply judging the remembrance of our students. Until we make the students, we make our children reach the highest level of the Bloom's taxonomy, we are unsuccessful in providing real knowledge to the students. So, according to me, we as parents, we as teachers, we should explore our students, create interest in them, answer their curious minds, answer their questions, so that they can develop interest towards the nature. They can develop interest. They should feel the urge of requiring knowledge. They should learn for learning. So we need to modify our educational policy also to a large extent. So thanks to our new educational policy, given by our Prime Minister Narendra Modi, this policy is going to be a landmark in the history of Indian education policy. Now there will be no rigid separation between science, arts and commerce streams. The students can select any stream of his or her choice. Now we can take the combination of physics along with fine arts, or the combination of chemistry with computer science. So maybe now the students can explore every field. He can take any combination. So maybe this change in educational policy will really help our students in finding really new innovative things, gain real knowledge, do what they like to do what they are interested in. So this knowledge can definitely help our children in selecting the right stream. But before children, I think even the parents and the teachers should be aware of the different subjects, the importance of the different subjects, the scope of different subjects in various fields, so that they can help their students, they can help their children gaining the right knowledge, going to the right stream, and they learn for the sake of learning, not for gaining degrees. Life is very precious. Failure in selecting a stream, or failure in examination, or failure in career does not lead to failures in life. So we parents and we teachers need to make our students understand, make themselves so strong that they accept the failures of life as challenges in their career options, challenges in their future aspects, so that they can really take the real knowledge to make their life much more happier. So this is all I would like to discuss. So with this, I conclude my discussion. So if anyone has any questions, they are please welcome.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Manju Sanghi, for enlightening us about the concept of sciences. It's each and every branch you discussed very beautifully amongst us. And also you have discussed about the career options present in the different pure and applied sciences. Also, you have made us understand the inquisitiveness leads to the curiousness, and the curiousness leads to the solution, to finding the solutions with sciences. That's a very interesting thing to know. Also, I was amazed to understand that the calculus has played a very important role in designing of our artifacts. This is a very beautiful thing to know about the sciences. And also, you made us understand the need to choose the right stream for our kids and for our pals and for our students as well. So the sheer importance of knowledge of science that you have shared with us is very valuable to us. Thank you so much, ma'am. And now the session, yes, now the session is open for the queries. And ma'am, I have few questions from the audience. Like I have the first. Yes, ma'am. And the first question is from Dr. Swati Dubey. She's asking, how can we have an awareness program about science education?
Awareness program about science education.
About science education. Yes, there is a decrease in the interest among the students for science. Yes. So what can be done to solve this issue? And
yes, definitely. So for this, I would say the parents, at the first thing, the parents need to gain the knowledge themselves, and then comes the role of the teachers. They need to explore the interest of the child, the understanding level of the students. They should first gain the real knowledge, what is the different scope of each subject, unless parents and teachers are aware of the importance of these subjects, unless they are aware of the different scopes, the new emerging fields. So they need to first get knowledgeable, and then they can interact with the students at an early age itself, not coming up to class 10th, but before itself. I think during the class 7th or 8th, the teachers need to make the students aware. We have even counseling sessions today, like we have counselors who help in career guiding. So students can also take the help of counselors for understanding, see what is right and what is wrong for them.
Yes, yes, completely agree with you, ma'am. Now the next question is from Professor Mukul Sharma. He's asking that India is rich in brilliant minds, but
Yes.
very few of us lead to have their career, to pursue their career as a scientist. So what
Yes,
do you think,
definitely.
what are the gaps and how to cope up with these problems and encourage students for the sciences?
Yes, definitely. India is no doubt. We have people with really brilliant minds. We have people who do not have degrees, but really they have knowledge.
Yes,
But
yes.
our educational system has made us running after the degrees, because we have jobs based on degrees. We are measuring our education only on the basis of degrees. No, nowhere knowledge is given importance. Importance is given only to the degrees. So unless we change this concept, unless the jobs, unless the careers are based on the importance of knowledge, right? So this is the most important factor. So otherwise we can see we have many people, sports persons who have very knowledge, but because they have lack of degrees, we see carpenters or electricians, they do not have any official degrees, but they have knowledge more than the electrical engineers or more than the mechanical engineers. So because we people are running after degrees, so this concept has to be changed. We have to gain knowledge only for gaining the knowledge, not for the sake of degrees.
Yes, 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 completely agree. And another question from Professor Mukul Sharma, that how does science influence engineering field?
In engineering, I think it's entirely based on science. Engineering cannot be thought of like, we have seen the importance of all the subjects, whether it is physics or whether it is chemistry or whether it is mathematics. Every part of science is applied in engineering. Engineering, what is engineering? Engineering is simply finding a solution to a practical problem.
Yes.
So that solution we are getting only from the knowledge of the basic concepts of sciences.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And I have one question, ma'am, to ask. That
Yes,
what do you
ma'am.
think? What are the gaps there in between the academics and the industries? Like the people we are educating at the academic institutions are not getting appropriate jobs in the industry.
Yes,
What are the
definitely,
gaps?
ma'am. So definitely for that, we need to correlate the industry personals with the academicians. We need to correlate. There should be a correlation between, now what we are doing is we are just simply gaining theoretical knowledge, and what knowledge we are gaining at our college level, at our institute levels, that is completely different from when the person enters an industry. So until the industry personals, they correlate with the academicians, until we get a correlation, this gap cannot be fulfilled. So there should be, like Dubey sir has very well established this platform wherein the industry personals, the academicians, the students they can all join at one platform, so that the industry can identify what problems they have, and then accordingly the students can be taught those subjects. So we need a relation between the academicians and the industry personals, so then only that gap can be fulfilled.
So do you think if we design our curriculum according to the need of the industry, that would be helpful?
Definitely, ma'am. If curriculum can be changed now, according to a new educational policy, so this is according to the new policy, importance is given to critical thinking, and so if definitely our curriculum has to be changed based on the needs of the industry.
Yes. Yes, yes. Okay, thank you so much, ma'am, for enlightening us with your valuable words. And we are really privileged to have you amongst us on the behalf of IIIRO. And now I hand over the session to Dr. Vivek Dubey. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, madam. Very first, very
Thank
much
you.
thank you to the Dr. Manju Sanghi, madam, to explain
Thank you,
the
sir. Thank you so much.
to explain the your fundamental. Actually, the education is based on the science and commerce and arts, and these three pillar actually always help in the growing of our education. So this is
Definitely.
the your nice presentation, madam, and we appreciate ki the every person actually understanding that this is small concept, and we are the actually counselor also as a mentor, as a teacher. So we should explain this all to the our student also. So thank you very much, madam. Please you stop the your sharing
Thank you, everyone.
and
Thank you.
make me